Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So after a long time, here is the new video. This video took me a lot of days to make, many days that I tried to record. I wasn't good enough, I needed to stop, I was cutting out too much and such. Concentration was just worse. Before I continue, I want to wish you all the best for New Year that already was, and every single other day I wish you a ton of health, positive, good health, positivity, having amazing day, smile and such. Just positive energy and such. You know, negative stuff happens to every single person in the world, not only you. Some people are worse than others, so remember, always there is somebody that is worse than you. So be happy, concentrate on the positive. Okay, so today it is the day of this video recording is 6th of January 2024, which is 4 months from the surgery by now. I had surgery, Filum Terminale surgery 4 months ago in the Barcelona, Spain. This video is about my journey, plus ton of informations about journey from the June of 2019, when I was diagnosed with Arnold Chiari Malformation, to the decompression surgery the same year, couple of months later, then checkups, then finding out about the Barcelona Institute, to the checkup over there, to the surgery over there 4 months ago, and all the way to the day. Also including the symptoms on the end of the video, before and after. Okay, first after, then before. And such. Remember, the stuff that I include here, videos and such, you can find in the description below this video. If you have any questions, don't forget, just go into the comment section, type it, press enter, and I will answer you. There is also social links down below, Instagram, Twitter, Discord. If you want to get in contact with me privately, go there, contact me, and such. So, this video will be long, but I needed to make it. But the video about the Filum Terminale, more in depth, Arnold Chiari Malformation, synostomelia, tether cord syndrome, etc., etc., etc. This will be in couple of months video, as a separate video. Today is more about the surgeries, briefly about the Filum Terminale, tether cord syndrome and such and such. Yeah. So without extending this intro, let's just go into the intro and over to the video. So, after 12 very long years, at June 2019, I was at a neurological checkup in University Clinical Center Maribor, UKC Maribor, and there I was diagnosed with Arnold Chiari Malformation type 1. The thing is that nobody told me about that for 12 years. Several years before, I believe it was 2014, one neurologist at the same center wrote internally on their center, I have possibly Arnold Chiari Malformation type 1. But he did not say to me, he did not wrote it inside the report, and we did not know about that. By the way, for Arnold Chiari Malformation, this is shown on magnetic resonance of the head, and also I believe on CT scan also, CT imaging also. So why nobody told me, I have no idea. But okay. So at June 2019, when I was diagnosed, right after the checkup, neurologist sent me to a neurosurgeon. Went to the office and talked to the neurosurgeon. Ton of questions from him, some from me, some neurological tests, like neurologist at neurosurgeon again. And they say that my thing is complicated, and they will gather up a consilium of the doctors and they will get back to me. So I went home, and after a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 hours, 4, however much it was, I got a phone call from the center that they set the date for my surgery, which will be which was in the October same year. So basically 4 months later, as fast. But that was great, something is going on. Then in October, at the beginning, they hospitalized me at the neurosurgeon area over there, however it is called, sorry guys, for a week. So I believe first day is a bunch of papers, signing and such, and right the next morning surgery. I won't go into the depth how it was, whatever, because I already made several videos on the topic of the Arnold Chiari Malformation, about the surgery, this decompression surgery and such. But I did not actually show you what actually this decompression surgery is. So let's just jump to my laptop and let me show you about this surgery, decompression surgery. There is another name, but I don't remember currently. Yeah. So if you see here, here is a video from UPMC. Neurosurgeon in this video is talking about this decompression surgery and symptoms before that. If you want to watch this video or any other stuff that I included inside this video, just go down below into the description below this video. So without further ado, let's just check up the video. Just a second, where is the mouse, damn it? So he's talking first about the radiating pain and pressure inside. Again, you can watch it if you want full video. Then if we go look at here,
occurs at the level of the foramen magnum. The foramen magnum is the opening at the base of the skull, and what happens in a Chiari malformation is there isn't enough room.
So this hole, foramen magnum, is for the spine. As you see, this is the spine that goes all the way down to your butt, almost. So there is spine, which consists the spinal cord and the vertebra around it. I will show you a little bit later. And that spinal cord goes through this hole that you see, foramen magnum.
And what happens in a Chiari malformation is there isn't enough room for the cerebellum and the posterior fossa, and part of the cerebellum, particularly what's called the cerebellar tonsils, herniates through. So
this is spinal cord down here. This is cerebral tonsils.
Posterior fossa, and part of the cerebellum, particularly what's called the.
Okay, part of the cerebellum. This is cerebellum tonsils, or the small brain. And in this case, like in my case, the cerebellum tonsils just went too far down into the hole that we said before, which is foramen magnum. And what that does is that the skull and the spinal cord and cerebellum tonsils, everything is pushing together. So it is squeezing, and that is not good for the brain, not at all.
foramen magnum. This causes increased pressure and pressure buildup of the cerebrospinal fluid, and that's exactly what causes the headaches, and particularly when patients cough and sneeze, there's a pressure buildup and the patient gets headaches, which often occur in the back of the head and radiate forward, but that does not have to happen.
Okay, basically he's talking more about this. And because of that, surgery is needed. But let me just remind you that even that about 60% of people in the whole world has Arnold Chiari malformation, some type. There is several types, 4 main types, and I believe 1 or 2 subtypes. Most of the people are not good for the surgery. Surgeries are done only in rare cases, okay, in very small amount of cases. Because also most of the people would just have some little migraines or just some little symptoms, nothing special. So that is it. If you have magnetic resonance images from the head, you can see your own computer, because on the magnetic resonance you will see the cerebellum tonsils goes too far down. If you do not know how to look at it, how to watch it, you can just go to your neurologist, do a checkup, and tell him about Arnold Chiari malformation, that you have suspicions, and he and you will go forward with that information, because many of neurologists does not know about ACM or Arnold Chiari malformation. Sadly, that is why I was jumping around the doctors for 12 years before it was diagnosed. So over here, he's also talking about syrinx. That is basically the liquid inside the spinal cord, that it is accumulating. In some cases it is, some cases not. From the institute in Barcelona that I was, they say that because of the filum, I will talk to you all about this later, and whole spine is under a lot of pressure, and that is why the cracks in the spinal cord exist, and because of the cracks, the liquid surrounding the spinal cord is seeping inside the spinal cord itself. Now, treatment options. For Arnold Chiari malformation type 1, I forgot about other types if it is done the same. Basically, all what they do is
that there isn't enough room in the posterior fossa for the cerebellum. It's a mechanical problem, requires a mechanical solution.
Yeah, okay, he is talking about this. Basically, they cut right behind here, as you see on the image, and here they cut away
the posterior fossa in the back of the head. We remove the bones, what's called the suboccipital bone.
This suboccipital bone.
Remove the lamina of the first vertebra, the C1 lamina after the bone.
And then when this is done, they cut the dura, which is this whitish thing that surrounds the brain and the spinal cord.
Proceed to open the dura, which is the coverings of the brain, and then I bring in a microscope. Some patients
and then under the microscope they look at the possible scarring, and that needs to be also repaired however much it is possible. And then
microsurgically with a microscope we place a pad.
When everything is back closed up, you see on the dura they put on the patch, which is also called as artificial dura, and they close it up, and then it is recovery time. And this part of the vertebra, it is not put back, they leave it like it is. So now all it is just to relax. First few days were problematic, then through time it got better, but For the first 3 months after the surgery, it went better and better and better. And after 3 months also. But 3 months was about the time that I could do more physically, walk more, do more, also done more live streams on the internet, etc, etc, etc. Also, after the surgery, I got none of the symptoms before. So almost every single symptom went away. But only 2 symptoms that stayed are diminished concentration and memory. That stayed. All this went well, it went better and better. Last 2 weeks of the February 2020, I went to the Terminale Spa Center. I talked about it also, you can find in the description below this video. Basically there, physical therapy, massage, at least my country paid for this, that's great, and such, but from around that time that I went there, the progress stagnated. It did not go to better. After a couple of days over there, under the physical therapy, when I lie down, let's say, up, down, legs, hands, on all this stuff that I needed to do, symptoms like passing out, blackout started happening, shaking and such. But later, after a few hours, it was going back to better, so I could go for a little bit of walk and such. After I went home, that was at very beginning of Corona time, where everything was closing. I went home, still did the exercises that told me to do. It did not go to better, but let's say on the end of March to somewhere in the April, my health status went to way worse. And in the following months, the status was even worse than before the surgery. And that was not good at all. So because of that, I went back to my neurosurgeon into the Maribor. Maribor is the city in Slovenia where I live. Again, before the checkup, did the magnetic resonance imaging, and they, until the, I don't know, towards the end of the year, all the checkups showed nothing wrong. Everything was good. They told that surgery went well, they do not know what to do, and they are done with me. They accept that I should take a bunch of antidepressant pills that I did not take. Of course not. Okay, because of that, we did not know what to do next. Jumping around, researching on the internet and such, and the year 2022 came, and in the first half of 2022 we found out about the yes, I have cheat sheet over there, so my memory is not the greatest, and I'm helping myself to remember by looking at the text. So we found the Institute Chiari, the Institute Chiari and Scoliosis and Scoliosis de Barcelona. Short is ICSEB, and that was in Spain. After talk about at home with my parents, because I live with my parents because of my health, I contacted the institute and I told them what was wrong, that I am diagnosed with ACM type 1, that I had a decompression surgery 2 years before, almost 2 years before, and such, and they responded me very quickly in the matter of day with bunch of informations, the procedure, how it must be at their place. So first they do as they called preliminary assessment. That is that you send medical reports that you have. They say that I need to have MRI of the craniocervical region, head and C-spine, MRI of the thoracic spine, MRI of the lumbosacral spine, scoliogram, which is X-ray of the entire spine on one film, profile and front view taken in the standing position, short description of your medical history and symptoms. Besides this, you can send all radiological reports and other relevant documents, undergone surgeries, descriptions of symptoms, etc. But remember, that institute works only with 2 languages, Spanish and the English language. So if you speak, let's say, Slovenian language like mine or whatever, and you do not know either of those 2 languages, you will need someone to be translating for you immediately, in between. Next step is if your reports are in other languages than those 2 languages, like mine is in Slovenian language, all the reports and most of my informations, I needed to translate them. So what I did scan all the documents from the neurological visit at 2019 June all the way to the present day. I scanned all the reports, neurological, imaging and such. Use Google Translate website to translate the text. Then translated text, I went through each document individually to repair the text as much as I can. It is possible for me. And then for the documents that I know that they're not good enough, I send it to the professional company to fix all the mistakes professionally. Now, when I got the documents back, that was about a week or 2, I believe. Next was to copy all the magnetic resonance images and X-ray from the CDs to folders. So, the content of the CD into a newly created folder, and each CD into its own folder. Then, all the medical reports translated, fixed with those CDs, I put it into one file, one archived file, which has the extension .zip. And then this file, I send it over the website WeTransfer to my immediate person on the institute, which was Elena and still is. Just about to forget, if you want a video tutorial how to literally copy those CDs to the folders, create folders and zip it and send it over WeTransfer, tell me in the comment section below, so I can do it for you. So now I will just read it from my text, because there is ton of information, I don't want to forget something. And then, if they think with all this information that you are a potential candidate, you are invited to a neurological checkup at their institute, which lasts about 1.5 hours. And that institute is inside Barcelona, Spain. And of course, it is good if you have someone with you to the checkup. Just in case, even if you do not know the English or Spanish language, that someone can translate all the stuff they are talking to you. For the checkup, appointments are made in Monday or in Wednesday. And Then you can directly say if they see that you need a surgery. You can do the surgery right next day. So if checkup is in Monday or Wednesday, the surgery is in Tuesday or Thursday. So if, like me, I cannot afford the surgery right away, I can book only for checkup. Medical checkup over there lasts about 1.5 hours. It was for me. And during the checkup, there is a ton of questions and answers. I asked doctor asked me. Intermediary person Elena was also there as the translator because doctor did not know English very well, but we all understood each other without a problem. So after that, you and your companion go back into the waiting room. In the waiting room, you wait until you are called into the office of a doctor after doctor reviewed all the informations. And over there, they tell you if you have Filum disease, if you have Tedder-Cord syndrome. About these two, I will tell you a bit later on the video. I will show you. Also, whatever information they have, they will tell you. And they will be detailed. Don't be shy to ask for stuff. Whatever you do, just ask. So, in my case, preliminary results were that I need to check at them at their institute for proper medical checkup. So first I check up the planes, how they fly from my country and then from Croatia. Their direct flights from Croatia goes directly to the Barcelona, Spain. And these direct flights goes from around somewhere inside of May to usually to the end of September. Otherwise, the rest of the time, there are no direct flights. So when I knew that seats are available, I set up a checkup date on the institute with my intermediary person Elena. Then check up the flight tickets for me and my companion father for help. Also remember that if you're going flying and you were in the lousy situation like I was, I could not go through entire airport walking. I wasn't able at all. Remember that you need to order the wheelchair in advance. I did not know that the first time that I went, but I figured out later about this. So basically, just about few days before, up to 3 days, that is in Croatia, just order so the wheelchair is waiting for you at the terminal. And then you are pushed all the way through the stuff and checkups and such, all the way to the plane. So let me just tell you the prices of all this ordeal. Preliminary checkup is completely free. Physical checkup, physically over there, is 200 euros. If you decide that you will do the surgery if needed, the surgery costs 19,300 euros. And the checkup, I believe it is included in that price. So you do not pay 19,300 euros plus 200 more. I believe it is that. Just ask your immediate person just in case. And prices might change in the future, I don't know. I'm just telling you how it was in 2022. Also, the hostel room that I was in, that is only room that I found that was cheap, and it was hostel, one room with 2 beds, with private shower, toilet, sink, everything in there. It was 170 euros for 2 days. The airplane ticket for 2 persons from Zagreb to Barcelona and back, return flight, was 457 euros. I booked the flight in Tuesday, then the flight took 2 hours. And I got there in the evening, about, I don't know, 7 p.m. Or 1900 time. And then all the way to the Thursday, because I went only for checkup. In Thursday, we went back at the evening. I believe it was 1700. Father and I, seated in his car, drove to the airport. There you can leave your car at the airport. You need to pay some money. You can check on the Croatia Airlines how much it costs. There is calculator from when to when, from what time to what time. Just check it up over there and you will see. And then terminal, wheelchair to the airplane. I stood up, went to my seat, which was near the window, and father right beside me. And it was all good until the plane started rising up. Then I blacked out. I went to sleep. That was my first plane ride ever. And yeah, for about an hour into the flight, I was out, unconscious. For the moments here and there, I woke up just for a moment and then back to sleep. Father told me that I did some movements with head, hands and such, but it is what it is. Then after that hour is about around the hour, I was basically woke up. Okay, needed a few times to wake up and sleep, wake and sleep, and waking up lasted more and more until I woke up and stay awoke until plane started descending. Again, sleep. Oh, damn it. So, back to sleep. I woke up when most of the passengers already went outside of the plane. The personnel there told me that I just need to wait for the wheelchair to arrive. Okay, wheelchair arrived. 5 minutes, 3 minutes after last passenger went out with my father's help. I went towards the exit of the plane where wheelchair was waiting for me. But the issue was that after a few steps, I just collapsed down. And I don't know how much time, maybe a minute, I woke up. And like usual, I lost almost all the energy from my muscles in my entire body. So I needed to wait about 5 minutes to be able to stand up and barely walk, with help of course, and then wheelchair through the security terminal all the way out to the taxi to the hostel room, check-in, and that's it. Because I set it up, the checkup for the Wednesday, I believe it was at 11 a.m. or 11 in the morning. And then it was moved to 10 in the morning. So next morning, taxi to the institute. Over there I signed up the papers, paid 200 euros for the checkup, went to the office, checkup room, however it is called, where there was a doctor. Beside the doctor was Miss Elena, my immediate person, me and my father. So there was ton of different questions that I asked them a lot of questions. There were neurological tests like feeling in the hand, whole body, strength, etc, 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 a lot of stuff. The checkup usually goes about 1.5 hours, and after that you and your companion goes to the waiting room while doctor checks up all the documentation and such, and then not long after they call you into his office. Over there again, all four of us, they told me that I was candidate for the surgery, and I have Filum Disease. Before I continue with this information, let's go back to my computer and let me just show you the Filum Disease and tether cord syndrome information. So over here, as you see, this is the YouTube channel of Institut Chiari and Syringomyelia and Scoliosis de Barcelona. You can subscribe to them. They have a lot of videos on all of these topics and patients that were there and such. So if you're interested, just go there, watch the videos. Also, this link to this video and this channel you can find in the description below this video. So here is tether cord syndrome, occult tether cord syndrome, and the Filum disease. I have Filum disease, which you see, this is the brain, then this is spinal cord, and then on the lower back here there is a filum that connects the spinal cord with the end of, how do I say, I forgot. I will show you a bit later. And there is a tension. Basically that filum on the bottom, in my case, is probably too thick, and it is making tension for the whole spinal cord. Remember that when you are born, that spinal cord should rise nicely, and filum is thinner and it is allowing this. But in my case and the Filum disease, it is too thick, and because of that it is not stretching enough, and that comes to this issue. And because of this tension for the whole spinal cord, my spine is little bit in S shape. Tether cord syndrome is different. Spinal cord goes out and back in. And also the filum can be connected, so it's needed place down below, or it can also be connected between the vertebrae, you know. And if you have tether cord syndrome, you will see some kind of at least red spot or even hairy spot right where the spinal cord goes out. Of course, you can watch this video later if you want. This is the information. Roy Salvador is the head of the institute and doing all this stuff, researches and such. In last 30 years, they've done, I believe, over 2,000 surgeries, I believe. You see the difference. This is a little bit closer. Abnormal traction with the Filum disease. You see how the spinal cord here is under tension, so it goes here, and you see this black line. It is stretched and not good. Consequences for tether cord syndrome, Filum disease, there is a ton of symptoms, and the thing is that for the Filum system, surgery Filum Terminale called, it is done only on their institute. Okay, basically in the hospital near the institute, but that is the only place they do. But in case that you have tether cord syndrome, you can do the surgery in many countries around the world, but not every single country. If you have tether cord syndrome, contact your neurosurgeon, go to the for checkup and tell them about informations that you got from the institute, and you will talk with the neurosurgeon about next steps, if even is possible in your country. But you can also go to them and do the surgery over there. With the Filum disease, they cut the filum. Before that, they tie this upper part of the filum, because, like I said before, there is dura that covers the whole brain and all the way the spinal cord, all the way down to the filum. And they tie up the dura on the very bottom just to prevent any leaks of the spinal fluid, you know. Before, I forgot to tell you that you also need to buy medications in the pharmacy over there, which costs about 600 euros altogether. Medications you pay over there with credit card or with cash, but surgery, for the surgery, you need to pay it in advance. before the surgery is set up via wire transfer, bank transfer. So you can go to your local bank and you do not need to use your bank account. Just say that you want to send the data, send the money to the institute. You need to give them your personal information and such. So now I needed to gather up money. That is a lot of money. We already had some money from the past, but also we needed to borrow money from the relatives. So 1 year later, I went to the surgery. At June 2023, that was last year, I contacted the institute. I said, I need to transfer money to you for the surgery and book me a date. I already checked up with airlines that in September the airlines are going normally. They sent me the bank information, where to transfer. I sent it to them. Of course, I needed to do new MRI imaging. They will tell you what imaging they need, because images must not be older than 6 months old. I set up the surgery, which was in the beginning of September 2023. Medications I bought later over there. Return flight for me and my father, companion, and reserved seats near the airplane window was 557.52 euros. Also, close to the institute, I booked up a room in the hotel, Arenas Atiram Hotels. Yeah, it is not far away. It is close. And we booked it for 1 week. The room at the hotel, 2 beds, private toilet, bathroom and such. So that room costed about 1055 euros. Now all we need to went is back to the airplane. Same, I ordered the wheelchair to the plane. Ascending, I blacked out 1 hour. Descending, blackout. The flight goes for 2 hours. In evening, went to the hotel with taxi. Next day, in Wednesday, I went to the institute. I believe it was 9 a.m. to sign up papers, bunch of different papers and such. Then after that, immediate person, Elena, me and my father went to the hospital where the surgery is done. That is across the street, across the cross street, how it is called, to the hospital, very, very near. And there you need to go through bunch of different tests. Also, they do the x-ray, they do the checkups, doctors look at my informations and results and such. With me, there was one issue with my sinus over here, that it looks strange. So I need to the EMT checkup. I believe it is called EMG. Sorry, EMG. And they said everything was okay. That's great. That EMG checkup was additional 120 euros to pay. It is what it is. And I was sent to the anesthesiologist. Again, he asked me a bunch of questions, if I smoke, don't smoke, etc, etc, etc. They told me also that I would go under the general anesthesia, and my surgery was approved. So in case you have some kind of health issue, besides your Arnold Chiari and symptoms and such, let's say you are coughing, you have sinusitis, you have any kind of health issues, corona or whatsoever, tell them everything before you book the surgery and checkup, and they will tell you what to do next. So finally, when all these checkups and approval, paper signing and everything was done, we went back to the hotel. Father went for something to eat for us, and then next day in the morning, probably around 9-10 a.m., Father and I went to the hospital. in the entry inside, we waited at the seats over there. Immediate person came, Elena, and the process started. So at first, your person who is helping you can be near you just through this first little part, but right after you lie down on the table, moving table, then this person is free to do whatever he or she wants. She can wait or he can wait inside the private room that is for them, or go outside or whatsoever, because there is first preparing for the surgery for me, and then surgery. And surgery usually goes for 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. And then basically what they did, they put it in anesthesia. And while they pushed me towards the operating room, I fell asleep. I was out and then woke up several hours later in private room. Everything went well, and I can say that I was already feeling better when I woke up. Clearer head, feeling a little bit better. Then also when I woke up, Elena was over there also, Miss Elena. So the next day, in Friday, at 11 a.m., 11 in the morning, neurosurgeon came, and I seated down on the bed. He did a bunch of these neurological tests, etc., etc., etc. My body responded better than it was before the surgery already. Then several seizures occurred, from the paralysis whole body or and below the neck, to unable to speak, to paralysis, blackout. Bunch of these symptoms went through one after another, and couple of minutes later, symptoms gone. Till today, no more these heavy symptoms, and I'm very happy about that. Then neurosurgeon went away. At the noon, I was released from the hospital, then to buy my medications. So let me just go here to the computer. So here is the medications that I was prescribed. In your case, may be different or the same. Only this one, Somazina, which you take for half a year. This thing diluted in the water or some juice or whatsoever. You drink it every 12 hours for half of a year. But immediate person will tell you that first buy one box just to try it for a few days, just to see that there are not bad effects. Don't worry, they will tell you everything about this. For me, it was okay. In Tuesday, when pharmacy again opened, and on the day that I went to the plane back, I bought the rest of the boxes. So I believe 35 boxes altogether for half of a year. After the surgery, they will tell you how to take the pills. Let me just tell you that this cream, which is Novotergemicina, as you see, 3 applications per day, starting 10 days after the surgery. That is because 10 days after the surgery, you need to go to the institute, or if you are not at the institute anymore, you are home, then you go to your personal physician, and he or she will check your wound, surgical wound, and they will say if it is done, everything is okay, or we need to wait, or whatsoever. In my case, we need to wait few more days, so 4 days later, I went back. In these 4 days, I will just be replacing 3 times a day the cotton gauzes, however it is called. In pharmacy you can get these patches, not patches, just these sheets of the cotton that you can put on stuff. Just put it in on the surgery area, and that's it. After the surgery, no showers at all until your personal physician or institute tells you to allow it. And that is after that, the 10 or more days after the surgery checkup. And when I came back 4 days later, then 14 days after the surgery, everything was fine, scar healed up very nicely, and I was allowed next day to do a first shower, finally. But you need to wait 1 month after the surgery so you can take a bath. So only quick shower, that is allowed. But do not do showers before your doctor tells you to. Remember that. I totally forgot to tell you. When I went to the airplane and started climbing after the surgery, I did not pass out at all anymore. I was awake whole time. Descending, awake all time. And just in case, wheelchair, everything was okay. Did not pass out after walking through the plane. Yes! I also made a video when descending. I turned on the car navigation application Cygic on the phone and I recorded how crazy the navigation was. If you want to watch it, I will put it in the description below this video. Okay, 1 month after the surgery. Still, you cannot do any physical job, do not clean and such. Everything will be told after the surgery and such. 1 month after the surgery, you contact the immediate person on the institute. They send you a questionnaire from the doctor, personalized for you. You fill it up, send it back. Questions are like, how do I feel? How are the symptoms? Ton of questions. You just fill it up, send it back, doctor. Then a couple of days later, I was approved for very light exercises like bending down, very light cleaning around the room, doing stuff, but very lightly. At the beginning, when you're doing exercises, just have someone near you, just in case, so you do not black out and such. Because if you black out during the exercise, you can, it is not good. But in my case, there was no blackout, everything was fine.
Oh, really?
Next is 1 year after the surgery. 1 year after, you can talk over the internet, but it is better if you go for a checkup over there. This checkup costs 200 euros again. You go there, you talk to the doctor or over the internet, probably some tests and such. We will see. I will do an update when that is done. After the surgery, few symptoms remained, but overall progress was better and very much better than before. Why little and very much better, I will tell you in a bit. Two things that remain, that even that it's a little bit better now than it was before, is concentration and memory. It is still better than it was before. Also, this medication, Somazina, is for the memory also. A big symptom that stayed is that availability, so I can do stuff. What do I mean by that? Look, I can move, and I can do stuff. Let's say go to the store, grocery store. I come back home, I just go relax. Still, if I'm good, I will just go relax. The thing is that after, let's say, a few days, I get worse. Each day a little bit doing stuff, whatever it is, little bit of cleaning, grocery store or whatever. What that means? That means that more I move physically, worse I feel, worse the concentration is, worse the memory is, more dizziness I see, I feel. There also pressure in my neck gets stronger. What else? Also, I figured out probably a month ago, when I wasn't feeling that good, I lie down on my back because I still sleep on my sides always. Because of the issues when I lie on the back before, I would pass out. Black out. Wouldn't be good. So I just, for a test, lie down, and after a minute, 2, paralysis of whole body represented itself. And it took a couple of minutes for a moment to be able to move, and minute later again, and few seconds later again, until I could move enough to the side so I can fully go to my side. Before the surgery it would be worse because I would also black out. Also, inside the magnetic resonance imaging before the surgery, when I lie down and with MRIs, if you've been there on most CTs and MRIs, you have the thing that goes under your neck, and that made things even worse. A longer recovery to wake up, and when the table goes out, when the imaging is done, somebody needs to pick up my head and hold it for a minute too, just so I can sit up, energy is out and such. Again, I just sleep on my side for now. Recovery, it is faster now than before. Oh yeah, also my vision. Sometimes it is worse, like when I lie down, it is a little bit worse, and even sitting can be worse, can be better. That is why I cannot go to eye doctor for reading glasses, glasses before the computer and such. So I need to wait about this. For 2 months now, I am doing exercises in the morning and the evening. Just very light exercises I found on YouTube. Moving hands, turning, bending forward, head, and such. Even that I may not feel that good, I do exercises even for 15 seconds, does not matter. 15 seconds, sometimes couple of minutes of exercises, that is all I can do, but I still do it. Before the surgery it was worse. Why worse? Let me tell you. Like I said before, more I moved, more I do stuff, worse I was. But the worst time came earlier than today. Now let's say maybe I can do 50% to 100% more stuff than before, and even more. Also then came bunch of symptoms like blacking out, or neurologically they say sleeping, however you want to call it. That I just fell asleep. I don't know whatever happens between that time. I can get seizures like epilepsy. It looks like seizures, like shaking hands, head, moving eyes abnormally, bunch of different stuff. Also when walking I can just crash down into myself or like brick. I need to tell you how it comes to that. There is another form called narcolepsy. It's not the same as epilepsy. With narcolepsy, there is thing that when you walk, you do stuff, let's say watching video, checking newspaper, whatsoever, you just stay on that position, and that happened to me. But the thing is that after that, either I wake up and I then just sit down and relax, lie down, whatsoever, or I just crashed again, just fell down. That is also why I needed to be careful how much I talk, how much I laugh. More laughing, worse it is for me. More talking, worse is for me. That could be seen on my live streams on the YouTube. After a couple of hours of streaming, I would just pass out. Like if I would be editing video back then, when I was able to, I could do it for way longer time. For let's say 7 hours, 10 hours, because the vibration or the jaw moving or whatsoever, it is affecting this somehow. Also, I am prone to the changes in weather. let's say now, when weather were changing, I wasn't doing good yesterday. The pressure in my neck, I was dizzy, concentration was low and such. Today I am quite better, still not great. Also, what? There is a bunch of these symptoms. You can watch my videos before I did playlist, you can find in the description, like I told you before. Yeah, sometimes I looked like I'm drunk. Also today, but way less than before. Like I'm walking like a drunk person, literally. Even that I cannot move a lot now, still it is way better than it was. So this Filum Terminale surgery, it can be way better after it, or no change at all, and almost improbable that it will be worse, but that is very low percentage, almost none. And basically, this is my life now. I can walk more, do more stuff. Here and there, I get a glimpse of my old self when I am hyperactive, that I have ton of energy, clear head and such. That wasn't for many years. By the way, 1 to 1.5 years after the surgery, it will be shown the final stage, how it will be everything, how I will feel, how good I will be and such. So yeah, that was a long video. I'm sorry about that. I hope that you understand stuff. Thank you for watching all the way to now. If you're interested to ask me something whatsoever, you can check the comment section. You can go to Instagram or Twitter or Discord. You can find them links below this video in the description, and ask me there. A couple of people already asked me there for stuff and such. Probably I forgot to say stuff or two, but sorry. Again, thank you for everybody being here, for watching this. I appreciate you still being here, even that I'm not posting any videos. I plan in a couple of months to start with video, maybe, or something. We will see how it goes. For now, I use all my good times to do stuff, you know. I'm just happy so I can do stuff around the room, around the house. I can go to drink with my friend before the surgery. That was very unlikely. I just couldn't go. I was that bad. I was unpredictable very much. Doctor checkup, forget it. Almost all the times I could not go when I could. Even if I lie down and relax, even that, if that helps me before the surgery, I could, let's say, be needed 3 days to a week to get better, and couple of days were better, and in these couple of days I needed to do stuff, because later again I will be worse. And if you have any questions, did not understood something or whatsoever, type everything in the comment section below, and see you next time. Adios!